What's up, guys? My name is Seth Spartan, and I'm a nutrition, training, and hormone expert for Prometheus HRT, Testosterone and Hormone Replacement Clinic. Let me tell you a little bit more about me. When I was in high school, I got into lifting weights, and when I was 16 years old, I could bench press 350 pounds. I got into powerlifting after that, won a bunch of stuff, and by the time I was 19, I was able to bench press 410 pounds, squat 550, and deadlift 600. After that, I switched to bodybuilding because I wanted to get paid to do what I love, and I thought I could be great. I won the Teenage Mr. Wisconsin at 19, and after that, I thought I could be the next Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, I was being delusional, but being pushed by the older bodybuilders didn't help. In my early 20s, I pulled the trigger and got completely juiced out. This was pharmaceutical grade with a prescription, so there was zero doubt of the quality I was using. I got absolutely jacked, and that's when these pictures were taken. At my biggest, I hit 260 pounds with visible abs. For reference, my height is 5'10 and a half on the dot. I felt invincible for these 2 years. That is, until I had heart problems. High amounts of testosterone or anabolic steroids will hypertrophy your muscles, but they will also hypertrophy your heart, which is a muscle. When the heart walls get too thick, your heart can't pump blood out efficiently anymore. This is what kills all the bodybuilders and athletes every single time. And this is what happened to me. I got heart dysfunction from my heart being too big and too thick. God then hit me over the head with a hammer, and I stopped everything, not just the drugs. I stopped my nutrition, my training as well, everything. I just did cardio. This is what I looked like a couple years later, just a regular athletic dude. I got my heart scanned again with the same echocardiogram I got the first time, which diagnosed my heart issues before, and this time, everything went back to normal and was great. Praise God. Sometimes the heart doesn't go back to normal, unfortunately. I wasn't sure if I would ever bodybuild again, but after being reached out to by a testosterone replacement clinic and signing with them, I started the trek upwards again, this time to see what was possible on testosterone and HGH replacement. How far could I take it? I traveled the country competing, then I wanted to see how big and strong I could get. 405 bench press for reps, 635 incline bench press for reps, and a 500-pound squat for a whopping 12 reps with sleeves. Yeah, I think I hit close to my peak with that. I didn't feel like getting fat to be able to move even more weight. So now this leads us to our current conquest and adventure, aesthetics. Jack Frank Zane sounds good to me. The goal of my channel, public speaking events, and when I talk to people in the gym is this: stop using anabolic steroids. There are severe health consequences. Stay natural or do testosterone and HGH replacement. We are currently living in a real-life steroid epidemic. Now let's have fun, guys, and get into the video. I am Seth Spartan.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? Seth Spartan here. So, guys, I wasn't going to film today. Been busy, been doing a lot of stuff. I was not going to film today. Like, not at all. But I just got caught up. I just watched everything with Chris Bumstead and the Olympia, the posing, just everything in general, what have you. And I knew I wanted to make this video. I had to get this out. So, gotta say this, had to film this. What I'm about to say right now is one of the most important things that has never been said in bodybuilding. At least I haven't heard anybody say it. Maybe there has been somebody who said it, but I have not heard anybody say this ever before on YouTube. I have never heard anybody say it. So this is one of the most important things, if not the most important thing ever said in bodybuilding. And the difference is, I know I'm right. I know that I'm absolutely right. So this is the secret. This is the truth about Chris Bumstead. And if you haven't watch the final posing, watch the last 10 minutes on stage, and just watch the entire ending of the Classic Physique Mr. Olympia this year. Even if you're not that big into bodybuilding. So this is what I'm going to say right now. This is what you want to listen to. This is what has never been said before, but needs to be said. Chris Bumstead is the best bodybuilder of all time. The best in the world of all time. Since bodybuilding started, since the very first person picked up a weight, Chris Bumstead is the best of all time, the greatest of all time. He is the absolute best bodybuilder that has ever existed on planet Earth. And listen up, guys, I don't make that statement lightly. It's true. And you know, there's been times where I've been like, man, I wish I could beat Chris Bumstead. I wish I could be as good as it. You know, I think everybody's probably thought that, all right? This guy is as if, you know, if you could create DNA and genetics, only God can, but if you could create DNA and genetics for bodybuilding, this guy is the thing. First off, he has no weaknesses in any muscle groups. He might tell you different, but he doesn't know what he's talking about. Because you stare at yourself over and over and over in the mirror, you start to change your perspective. Everybody knows this. This guy has no weaknesses. This guy is no muscular weaknesses, imbalances, perfect insertion origins of muscle groups, full, large muscle groups, perfect length in all of his limbs, torso lengths. His shape is absolutely perfect. His symmetry is absolutely perfect. Not to mention, you know, his conditioning. Chris Bumstead is literally perfect. He is better than any bodybuilder that has ever existed in the world. He's far better than Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman, even Arnold Schwarzenegger himself. You know, quite a bit better, honestly, if you stack. You know, everybody says, oh, Arnold was just amazing, and he was. But look at Arnold's chest. Arnold's chest was far bigger than any other body part. Nobody is going to fight me on that. So Arnold Schwarzenegger is one of the best ever, but he's not the best, and he's certainly nowhere near as good as Chris Bumstead, because the thing is that bodybuilding, at least on paper, is supposed to be judged in terms of symmetry, okay? Everybody knows this. But the thing is that Schwarzenegger was not symmetric at all. At least his chest was twice as big as any other muscle group. Go look at any stage pictures of him, okay? So, and, you know, that could be said that's maybe part of the reason why he stood out so much. But in terms of bodybuilding, he was not the best of all time, Schwarzenegger. You look at Bumstead, he's the best bodybuilder that's ever existed. And here's the thing, too, and this is why I tell people, you know what, he is better bodybuilder, size, symmetry, conditioning than Ronnie Coleman or Phil Heath or anyone else. The thing is that you get to a point, every human body, you get to a point where you keep increasing the size, and not a lot of people can even get that big to begin with, but you keep increasing size, you get to a point where it's almost like a tipping point or a spillover point in terms of muscle size, where you keep adding muscle onto your frame and it just doesn't look good anymore. You cannot have, you know, like open bodybuilding, Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, Phil Heath. Once they pass a point of size, it's not symmetrical anymore. It does not look good. It does not look good in terms of beauty, okay? A lot of people don't have no clue what I'm talking about. You know, it looks freaky. It doesn't look beautiful. Maybe that's the best way to say it. So, I'm going to close out this video here, but go watch this year's Mr. Olympia, Classic Physique Olympia. There's nobody in the world that has touched this guy. The only thing I will say where Chris Bumstead is not perfect, the only flaw he has is that he's even a little bit, and I just mean Chris Bumstead is even just slightly too big. Just by a little bit. Chris Bumstead is just a teensy bit, little bit too overgrown for his frame. Okay? He's just maybe not teensy, but he's a little bit bigger than his frame allows. Because like I said, each frame has not a breaking point, but a spillover point in terms of muscle, where you keep adding muscle, assuming you can genetically and with drugs and whatever have you, where it doesn't look beautiful anymore. It just looks freaky. Chris Bumstead has went just a teeny bit past beautiful into freaky, but that's the only flaw you could ever look at this guy. That's the only thing. So in other words, he is the best bodybuilder that has ever existed, the best bodybuilder of all time. But that's the only thing that could ever be said. And nobody on planet Earth has ever come close to him. Okay? You know, I'm a huge Lee Priest fan. If you've never seen peak Lee Priest pictures, amazing. But the thing is, Lee Priest far outgrew his frame. That's not beauty. I mean, it's surpassed beauty to the point of freak. And you know, that's part of the appeal with Lee Priest. But like I said, Bumstead's the best of all time. Period. Full stop. Guys, Seth Spartan, stay safe, stay healthy. Like I said, I wasn't going to make this video, but it had to have been made. Guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Still on that carnivore diet, and we're out of here.